open your camera and maybe scan something one of the ones that you didn't choose. Where would you have been going if you'd have scanned one of these? Let's have a look. LA. You would have been going to LA.
Very nice, yeah.
Was that fair? Was that a free choice?
100% free choice. 100% free choice.
I gave you 3 options, 3 boarding passes with no destinations.
I want to scan it now.
And you chose Qatar Air. Let's see where you're going. Welcome to another episode of Fooler, or in this case, Fool Him. I'm Kayleigh.
I'm Lloyd. And today, I'm not very well. Kayleigh's taking the reins.
I am.
Excited?
I am. I'm really excited because I've learnt a trick and I'm going to perform it on you. And
so, quick disclaimer then. Murphy's sends me loads of products to look at and play with and put on the channel and things. This is something that I give Kayleigh a bunch of options of tricks that I roughly was aware of but know nothing about. So outside the big box, I went through loads of it. I said, right, Kayleigh, there's some tricks here. I kind of loosely know the general field of it, but I don't know the effect. I don't know the full method. And pretty much it's new to me and I haven't seen it performed. The few she was offered, this is the one she chose. I'm excited to see it. I don't know what it is. For Kayleigh to fool me though, I can't just be like in a ballpark for the method.
No.
If for her to fool me, I have to get the method exact. And if I don't get it completely 100% bang on, then she's going to consider me as fool because I'm a magician and I kind of know what's going on with most things.
It doesn't matter with this one because this is quite an exciting thing.
Let's do it. You guys ready?
It's all about travel. And I love travel. I know you've been travelling around the world. How many places have you been to?
Not many places I haven't been.
Okay,
I haven't done Australia.
There's one you haven't been to?
Yeah.
Any more places you'd like to go that you haven't been?
I don't know. No, Japan. I haven't done Japan. I've done Asia, not Japan.
You've done Korea. You've done South Korea.
South Korea.
Where else have you done?
Vietnam.
Okay.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Taiwan. Yeah, so I'd like to go to Japan.
Nice. That's nice. But you've been to so many different places. I mean, one of your favourite places I know was India when you went travelling to India.
Yes.
Any more that stand out on the map that you'd maybe go back to, or?
That's a good question. Place I'd go back to. I go back to India. Every single time. I love India so much.
He does love India. Okay, so we know you love India.
Yeah.
But today I want you to pick a random place, any place in the world that you maybe would like to visit. Might be Japan, could be anywhere else in the world, anywhere you want. Pick somewhere you want to go, anywhere.
Tell you?
If I could give you a ticket right now and say, this is where you're going, pick somewhere where you kind of want to visit.
Such a good question. I would like to go to Peru.
Peru?
Yeah.
Why? That's a nice one.
I don't know. I just feel like it's something a bit different. I know my cousin did like 6 months in the jungle there. It sounds really exciting. Camping in the jungle for 6 months.
Isn't that where the Inca Trail is as well?
I think that's where Machu
Picchu. Yeah.
So I'd like to check that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, today I have bought some boarding passes with me, and if they were real, I could send you away to Peru, hopefully.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is I want you to choose any boarding pass. You can fly with any airline. We've got Qatar Airline, American Airline, and Iberia. You can fly from anywhere. You can pick anyone. It's completely up to you.
Qatar Airlines.
He's going to fly with Qatar Airlines. Now, I gave you a free choice. It's up to you. You can pick. You can change your mind. It's up to you which one you wanted to pick. But you picked Qatar. You sticking with that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lloyd is going to fly to
Peru
with Qatar Air. Now, does it say Peru anywhere on this ticket?
No.
Does it say Peru anywhere on these tickets?
This one says from New York.
Where's it going to?
Doesn't say where it's going to. This one says no. Doesn't say anything. No.
And you had the free choice of picking any city.
That wasn't a force. That didn't feel like a force.
Any place, anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you picked Peru.
Peru.
How many cities are there? How many countries are there in the world?
Like 300 and something.
Look. Should I Google it?
Yeah, I think there's like
Let's Google.
340 countries. Or am I completely way off?
I don't know. I'm going to type it in. How many in the world? And we shall see. It says, according to the World Forum, there are more than 10,000 cities in the world.
Cities, oh wow.
There's 10,000 cities. So you had a choice. You could have picked a city. You could have picked Rome.
Yeah.
You could have picked anywhere.
Yeah.
But you chose...
I chose Peru.
Okay.
I genuinely, like, off camera, like, I didn't think of Peru before.
No, I've never known. I've never heard you speak of it. I would have assumed that he would have said India. But no, he said Peru. So you picked to fly with Qatar Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could have picked to fly with Iberia. You could have picked to fly with American Airlines.
Yeah.
Shall we see where these tickets are going to? And see if you pick the ticket that will take you to Peru.
Yes.
Do you want to do this?
I do.
Okay.
I want to see how you're going to...
Get your phone out and turn on your camera. Maybe you should screen record so you guys at home, you can do that.
Okay, all right.
You can do that technical stuff. Screen record, open your camera, and maybe scan something one of the ones that you didn't choose. Where would you have been going if you'd have scanned one of these? Let's have a look. LA. You would have been going to LA.
American Airlines, yeah.
American Airlines, you would have been going to LA. Oops.
Pretty cool.
So that's pretty cool. So you definitely wouldn't have been going to...
I'm glad I didn't pick
Peru.
that because I've done LA too many times.
I know. So go back onto your camera.
Okay.
And let's scan Iberia Airlines and see if that one's going to take you. That one's going to take you to Manila.
Been to Manila as
You've
well.
also been to Manila.
Hello.
This is amazing.
Manila's actually dope. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So you had, let's go through this. You had the choice of picking any place in the world. You had 10,000 cities that you could have chosen.
Yeah. And
you chose Peru.
Mm-hmm.
Was that fair? Was that a free choice?
100% free choice. 100% free choice.
I gave you 3 options, 3 boarding passes with no destinations.
I want to scan it now.
And you chose Qatar Air. Let's see where you're going.
Oh, yes! 100% bang on.
You're going to Peru.
Oh my god.
And you chose the ticket. You freely chose the country.
Hell, you nailed that. Whoa, that's a great trick.
Isn't it good?
That's a great trick.
Isn't it? I mean, you can check. That's still definitely. Where's that one going? Where's this one going? This is definitely. Where's this going? Where was this one going?
That was going to Manila.
Manila. See, that one's going to Manila.
In Manila.
That one's going to. This one's definitely going to.
LA.
LA, and that one is going to.
It's definitely going to.
Peru.
Wow. That's a great piece of magic.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that is a good piece of magic.
I picked it because I love flying, I love travel, but it literally struck me as soon as I seen the boarding passes.
I could fit this. I could 100% fit this into the magic I perform because I travelled so much.
Yeah.
Or did before Panny D.
Yeah.
And well, I used to in my backpack that I would take to conventions. I would find a bunch of literally so many of these. I'd keep the tags on them.
Mm-hmm.
So this wouldn't be weird for me to carry these at all.
No, let's stop this screen.
It stopped. Is all.
Oh, brilliant.
I love that. I love that you not in a patronizing way. I love that you just nailed that performance first go. Like there's no setup for this. If it went wrong, we were going to keep the wrong take in.
I was babbling so much, but I loved this trick. And what do you think of it? First of all, what do you think of it as a trick? As a performance and
the performance, I can't believe how well you performed that. I know magicians. I know I could name magicians that couldn't perform that as competently and as confidently as you did. And you did some really important key points in that performance that some people miss when they perform. You remember to reframe before the reveal, which was you were like, look, so remember, you could have gone here, you could have gone there, you could have named this. Some magicians don't do that. They perform effects and they say, so you chose Peru, let's have a look. Oh, you go to Peru. And they miss, like, they dwindle down the impact. But you said, so let's just recap. You could have named anywhere in the world. You could have chose any airline in the world if you went here. And that's a key factor that it's a normal layman wouldn't do that, I don't think. So I'm really impressed by that. And after the fact as well, you really sold it to me. And there was belief in it. I didn't feel like you were nervous. You weren't shaky. You didn't like drop the cards or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, honestly, if I'm really blown away, but you like a
Enough about me. Let's think about the trick.
All right, okay. Well, I just want to say, considering that's your first proper performance ever of a magic trick, that was dope. That was so good. That was so good. So the trick. Yes. So we got new
criteria
for this episode. Basically, because I'm a magician, I can't score it the same as Kayleigh would score it.
No.
So we're going to go for originality. Yeah. Is it a fooler? Practicality, if I figure out the method, or when I know the method. Entertainment, or would I perform it? Does it entertain me as a performer? Yeah. It has to entertain you if you're going to perform it.
Yeah.
And will it give it a bonus point?
Yeah. So let's go for
fooler first, is it?
Yeah.
Am I fooled? Am I fooled? Well, if I have to take... So Penn and Teller get one stab at the method.
Okay.
Right?
This is Penn and Teller. This is Penn and Teller for you then. So you get one stab at
I think they get one go at the question. I do think I know the method because I work a lot with this type of stuff.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not going to expose the method on here.
No, but tell me and I'll say you're right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That would, yeah. But that is one of the best methods out there.
Yeah.
That is, I only know that because I know that method.
But you need to see how many different ways you can perform this trick. So performance-wise, would you perform it? So
fooler, am I fooled purely because I'm in the game?
No. I was completely fooled even when I won.
I don't think anyone that's a non-magician.
No.
And most magicians, if they have not delved into apps, which a lot of magicians haven't, wouldn't get that method.
No. I don't think. Not at all.
So that was great. That's a smart, practical method.
Yeah.
Would I perform it? 100%. That's 100% performance piece for me. I'm expanding the way I do things. Like you guys have all seen from the start of the channel a couple of months ago, where it was just like card tricks and A-cans, which I still love A-cans and things. Now I'm realizing that the tricks that are not just your typical classic pieces of magic, I'm getting more mileage out of. I'm getting more things out. And this is relevant. Like we talk about a lot about making tricks relevant to your audience and the performer. I travel so much. These are things that I genuinely have. If you went in my suitcase now, I'd probably have 4 or 5 in my suitcase. So this would 100% fit me. Now, will it fit everyone? I don't know. It's up to you to make it work. But then you can make any trick work, and you don't necessarily have to fit a trick into your life style. But I could 100% form it just because purely it 100% relates to how I live. And
I love the fact that it involves you and your travel, and it links to you can link it to yourself, and that's why one of the reasons I picked the trick was because I related to it so much, and I did actually enjoy performing it.
I could honestly, the way I would perform this, I would say I would just talk about travel, things like that. I'd say I have a bunch of these left over. I'd be very casual with them, and I'd say and I'd talk about something maybe along the lines of, I think I've been somewhere that you've always dreamt of going. Something along those lines. And they're like, I'm reading their mind, or I've done something. Or a few months ago, I travelled somewhere. And I had the strangest feeling. It's why I kept hold of one of these tickets. I won't tell you which one. But when I was there, it made me think of you. And that sounds so strange. But where is it that you would... What's been your dream country that you've never visited? And I'd lay it down, and I'd say, choose an airline, and then scan it in. And then maybe I'd go for that presentation, and maybe I would add some things to it. Maybe if I had like a thumb writer, I could write their name or something on the back of their. You
can actually personalize them.
Can you?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
You can personalize them. So there is so much to this trick. There's so many different ways to perform it, and it's so versatile.
What's it? Grab the packaging. So for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about right now, this is.
Boarding Pass by Mariano
Goni.
I think I said your name right.
Mariano Goni, Magic Boarding Pass. What I love about this is that, to me, this doesn't feel like an app because it's on my phone. So is it an app?
It's totally an app.
Do you need to have the app on your phone, or can it just be?
Yeah.
So
you have the app on your phone, but it's completely self-working one. You can use Spectator's phone, obviously. I used yours to scan, and you can do. There's 2 solo inputs.
Yeah.
And there's also a helper input, so you could use a friend. That's good. And there's also other inputs that you can use in conjunction with other things that Mario has brought out as well. Mm-hmm. So those ones would probably fool magicians a lot more, but I'm a lay person, so I did the simplest version of it.
There's a thing in Cognito, one of the things that I never put up because I'm still working on making it look better, but it's a way of making someone, using Cognito to have somebody think of any country in the world. Mm-hmm. And then, as you guys know, with Cognito, they can think of anything and they don't give anything away, and you know what it is. Yeah. If I could use that with the API, possibly, then there could be a thought of country that they never indicate in any way, which is great, which is really practical, performable. Sorry. Yeah. So originality. Yeah. I've never seen this trick before. I've seen people predict destinations, but to do it in this way, using the reveal on Google Maps on their phone, it's super original. I would never have created this. I don't think I could have thought of this. So it's got to be a 5 for originality, practicality. It's on their phone, which is more than practical. Now it does need internet, I'm assuming, right? Because I connect to the internet. Yeah. But some apps and phone magic need internet secretly to make the trick work. This uses internet openly, and what I mean by that is that if their phone can't connect to the internet, then they're not going to get any of the reveals. No. But that doesn't look like that doesn't fail you as the magician. It's just the location has failed. Yes. Does that make sense? Yeah, because like some apps secretly need to transmit through the internet. No. And you'd be like, oh, there's no excuse for that. But with this, like, oh, I haven't got signal. We'll try it later. Yeah. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. And most places in the world have internet. If you're somebody that tends to travel a lot and do this type of magic. If
you were in an airport, this is a perfect trick for an airport. If you're waiting around and you travel a lot and you have these in your bags, this is a perfect trick.
And I mean, for me, really, you check if they've got internet first. Do you have any signal? I want to show you something. So practicality is on their phone. Carry these. Nothing's more practical than impromptu magic, completely impromptu magic, right? So impromptu magic being like proper mentalism, borrowed coins, borrowed objects. That's what practicality is in a 5. Mm-hmm. The worst type of practical magic is things that need to be set up in a day in advance, where you maybe need to super glue things and cut them up and carry it with you and load it. That would be a 0. This, I would give it a 3 for practicality. Yeah. 3 for practicality. Yeah. Because it needs internet and you do need to carry these with you. Mm-hmm. So, and they're not, they could be folded up. Yeah. Put in your pocket, so they're not too big. No. So originality, I give it, what can I give it for originality? It's got to be a 5. I think it's a 5 for originality.
5 for originality.
Fooler, no, unfortunately, but for a layman, I'd say yes.
It fooled me, and while I was watching the trailer and the explanations, it completely got me. I would never had a clue. Even though I knew it was an app, I wouldn't have known about how it worked. Not at all.
Entertainment, in terms of
performance-wise?
I think of entertainment as in it has to be twofold. Does it entertain the audience, and does it entertain me? Yeah. I like this type of magic. I do like doing these things where you feel so sneaky what you're doing. Mm-hmm. You're getting so much mileage, mind the pun, out of it. So entertainment for me and entertainment for them. Yeah. I see this as one of those tricks that plays bigger for laymen than it does for magicians. I think because this isn't per se a magic trick, and the more you can intertwine it and make it not feel like a magic trick, then I think the bigger this can be. So I think it's only restricted really by your performance, not yours. I mean the general performance. Yeah. So entertainment, I could see this being. It doesn't have that kicker ending. You like when we did Chop, and the signed bill was in a lemon randomly. Yeah. That to me is maximum entertainment. I enjoy performing that. Yeah. Low entertainment is a thing like a collective trick, or an A can that's just framed as a boring A can with a terrible method. Yes. this uses phones, this uses travel, this is really cool. I would give this a 4 for entertainment.
I would have given it a 4 as well because I like the fact that it uses your phone, but it uses props as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're not those kind of things that you go, oh, look what I'm carrying, and you're not normally carrying them. You can normally you could be carrying some of these in the bottom of your bag, and
Well, in a
your
handbag,
wallet,
for sure.
in your handbag, 100%. In a suitcase, any.
All you would need to do as well is just put them in with because you have a passport holder.
Little passport
Put them in with your
holder.
passport. It's just
Yeah.
And also, don't feel guilty. If you feel guilty, they'll feel your guilt.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I carry these. Oh, by the way, name a country. Just like, you could just do it as a throwaway thing.
That was my first performance, and let me tell you guys, performing to yourselves to practice. Oh my goodness, how much you have to do that. I literally, hands down to you, because if you perform on your own, it's really hard. This is the first time. This is the first time ever I've performed without having practiced it on other people.
Yes, that's
first
great.
Time. This is the first.
I'm blown away for that alone. I know it doesn't fully involve the trick, but I do like all the process. I love that it was. You opened this package.
Yeah.
Last night. You stood up this morning.
Yeah.
And you performed this trick, and absolutely it went perfectly.
Yeah.
I have to give it a bonus point for that, because so many products these days, you get them, you open them out the box, you're a complete layman. So you had to watch that. She had headphones in watching the tutorial.
The tutorial and everything. I have loads of different things. The way that I watched it was I literally had this. It comes with the instructions, how to download the app and everything. And then I watched the explanations, and I watched them, and I thought, what? And there was no performance in there. So I didn't know what the trick was. I didn't know how I was going to perform it. And it scared me because I thought, oh no, I'm not going to be able to do this. But then I thought, well, I am a lay person, and this has basically fooled me through the explanation video. So I went back, I backtracked and went to the trailer and watched the trailer. There was a performance in the trailer, and I actually understood it then. It still fooled me until I went back and watched the explanation. So maybe there could be a performance put into the explanations at the beginning that might hook people in more, may explain it a little bit better, especially if they're beginner magicians and lay people like me, and they might just see it and want it. And it would have been easier for me if I'd have seen the performance first. But I know a lot of magic tricks, and a lot of people watch trailers, and that's how they buy the tricks, which then would make sense, because you would have watched the trailer and then you would have purchased it and watched the explanation. So that would have made sense.
Made sense. But they should have put a full uncut live
performance in there, and then I would have been flying. But it fooled me. So
for that fact alone, and I know people will be saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be able to. It shouldn't deserve a bonus point just because it does what it's supposed to do." But I do think because you are a complete layman, and this is a type of trick which would put off a few magicians. I think they'd be a bit daunted by the method or the certain things you'd have to do.
And this is one of the things I was going to say about it. The methods and the explanations. As soon as I watched it, I said to you last night, I was worried that it was going to go wrong. I wasn't worried that the trick itself was going to go wrong. I was worried about my patter and me giving it away or doing something wrong, because I was 100% confident in the app and how it works and the trick itself. So this is a foolproof, really, trick. It really is. And with the amount of inputs that you can have and the different ways you can perform it, literally, the world is your oyster.
Yeah, no, I love this. I really think it's good. I think it does deserve a bonus point because you opened it last night, performed it today, start to finish, as a complete day one layman. Well, like Magician's Wife, but it's a day one layman performer.
Yeah.
Got to get a bonus point. That was amazing, Kayleigh. So hopefully I'm feeling better next week, but if you preferred Kayleigh over me, then I'm happy to let Kayleigh carry on, learn more magic, suggest any tricks that you want Kayleigh to learn and perform. We'll have Murphy send them over, and she will learn them and perform them. Anything else you want to say to everyone?
No, go buy this trick. It's insane. It's really, really good.
Are you gonna actually start performing this?
I want to go down and perform it to my dad.
She'll like go down and do a video for us to her dad. Amazing, guys. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you've got this far, I know a lot of you probably haven't. YouTube generation.
Yep.
Please remember to subscribe to the channel. It's a tiny gesture. It's a very long way for us. A lot being said and done. I'll see you again, hopefully on Sunday if I'm feeling better. And if not, I will see you on another tutorial Tuesday this Tuesday.
Thanks, guys.